All right, you are here because you got a copy of the Holy Grail, the Uncaged 90-Day Journal. If you've been with us, a part of it, the journey, the mission, the vision, you understand that we're all focused about solving our number one big ass problem, and this is how you do it. You do the work. And I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. There's nothing cooler than succeeding. We all want to go out there on social media and flex and flaunt and pretend to be something that we're not, blah, blah, blah. Actually doing what you said you were going to do when you said you were going to do it is the coolest thing ever, and this is your ticket to doing so. So how do you use this? Table of contents is literally page one, okay? So this is going to be your instruction manual. You go through, you start with the table of contents. From there, literally the next page, this is what is going to talk about why this exists. Why is this important? It's going to talk about the importance of becoming 1% better daily and how that allows you to achieve success. From there, you're going to move immediately over. This is what, page 4. How to use this journal in 3 minutes. It's going to tell you exactly how to utilize this. Now, I know that this is a big one, right? This is intense. This is 465 pages. Don't let it overwhelm you. This is for 90 days. There's 4 pages per day. So like right there, rough math. That's 400 pages. That's why it's so big. But there's a reason and a method behind the madness. So if you pay attention to this, realistically, once you get through your first week or so, you should be able to get this entire 4-page day worth of work accomplished in somewhere around 6 to 11 minutes. And it'll show you. You've got your early, your morning routine, things that you need to make sure you're tracking on progress during the day. You have your evening routine, and that's it. And then you once per week, about 10 or 15 minutes to make sure that you're on track. And then every quarter, you're going to have about 15 to 25 minutes. A big piece of that is going back to compare where you were at your baseline, which we'll get to here in a second, versus where you are at the 30-day, 60-day, and 90-day check-in. So, guys, please take this serious. I know it's a lot. I know it looks like a lot. And in my personal opinion, don't try to rush starting this. It's going to take some time to get your baselines. We're going to go over that here in just a second. It's going to take some time to really document, and some of you may have to go find some of this information and collect it and really just wrap your head around how to utilize this. So I would say if you get it, most people started on Monday, right? That's how the journal is laid out, Monday through Saturday, or Monday through Sunday, rather. So just take some time to learn the document before you just dive in. That's how you're going to get the most out of it. Next is going to be your quick start legend. Literally, if you read this right here, it's going to explain everything in detail. We're on pages 6 and 7, guys. Like we're not even 10 pages in, and you should know exactly how to utilize this entire piece of the puzzle. Here is your baselines. This is what I was talking about. So you're actually going to document. Like this isn't just like, hey, let's fill it out and feel good about writing stuff in a journal. We're going to have proof. Now, your life obviously is going to be the proof. Your success in your health, wealth, and relationships and solving your big ass problem in the next 90 days is going to be the proof. People from the outside in will be able to see. But for some of us that are our own worst critics, this is how we'll be able to tell. The numbers are right here in black and white. So make sure you fill this out. This is your health, wealth, and relationship baselines, your BAP baseline, your execution baseline. This is like who you are as a human right now operating, and then you move into what your 90-day win condition is. Like, if I could do this over the next 90 days, that makes me successful. We're literally going to speak it into existence. And then, of course, you have a disclaimer. Now, this thing is so intense, it actually comes with 2 disclaimers, one in the beginning and one in the end. So that's the front end of it. Once you get past that, I guess I probably could have showed you guys, that's when we get into the meat of everything, right? You'll begin your week 1 and your month 1, right? You start with month 1. Every month has this real pretty double-sided full color image. Every week has its own motivational quote by some of incredible human beings. And then we get into the meat of it. Real quick, I'm going to say, I'm going to show you in just a second the content and the context in the back of the book. There is a lot of useful information in the back of the book. That's why page 1, the table of contents, is so important. If you are missing anything, if you don't understand any of the rules, if you need some examples, whatever the case is, check the table of contents and go to the back of the book to find out. I didn't want to overwhelm anyone before they started. That's why you're able to get into the meat and bones of things in basically 10 pages. And basically 10 pages, you have all the quick start information you need. If you want to dive deeper or find out why we set some of the rules we do, how you can maybe adjust some of the rules to fit your lifestyle, your schedule, your family's goals, your big ass problem, over the course of the next 90 days, the rules will explain all that in the back of the book. So check the table of contents to get there. Starting on page 16 is the first Monday. We start here. So you'll literally see what we talked about in the quick start guide. You'll have your morning routine. You'll have your critical task accountability program, which is going to be, if you've been with us for a while, that is your profit producing critical task. You need to be doing something profit producing every day. Read the rules, read the instructions. It's going to explain why, how, and what counts. Next is going to be your forward progressing critical task. And then 3 other critical tasks. So like when we start to think about the 3 main pieces of the way your day is going to be made up over the next 90 days, you'll have your evening routine and you'll have your, you'll have your morning routine and you'll have your evening routine. We're going to set your day up for success the night before with your evening routine. Your morning routine will set the day in motion. And then you have the meat and potatoes of your day, which is this critical task accountability program. It is 5 critical tasks, 1 profit producing, 1 forward progressing, and 3 other critical tasks. If we can literally just conceptualize that 1% better daily is us just getting 5 tasks a day done. 1's profit producing, 1's forward progressing, and 3 are critical tasks that we believe is going to help push the needle for us achieving our goals and solving our number 1 big ass problem. So that's really it. You've got some non-negotiables in there. You have some receipts broken down, which is how you can prove to yourself that you are succeeding. And then you have your daily scoreboard. And that's really it. That's just for you to keep the momentum. That is to gamify exactly what you're doing here. And then you have your daily brain dump. If you're ever going through the day and you just can't move on to the next task because you've got something like ADHD or whatever the case is that's just distracting you, your brain dump is, think about this as a daily notebook, right? This is everything. You can write it down. We're just simply giving you the tools to be able to track everything along the way. But use the daily brain dump to just offload all that data, download it into this document for you to either be able to come back to the next day, follow up with at the end of the week, whatever you need to do. But this is your daily notebook. So that's the majority of what you have in this. Next, we'll just move to the back of the book really quickly. Starting on page 436, again, page 1, table of contents. It's going to show you everything. There's 20 main rules in this book, all right? In this journal, we're going to go through 20 rules that keep us on track. And they all are literally outlined. We explain what the rule is. We talk about the hard truth, what it is, why it matters, the standard, which is the non-negotiable for the rule, what counts as failing, that is massively important, what exceptions there are, some do not have exceptions, what the proof looks like, and then what some of the common bullshit we get in people trying to opt out of why they're special, why they don't need it, why this doesn't apply to them. Fuck you, fuck that. Do the work. All right, so 436 is where Rule 1 starts on, and it goes all the way through Rule 20 in order with the way it appears chronologically in your day. And then real quick, next, again, in the very end of the book, as you can see, we're at the very end of the journal, page 456, we're going to go through the scoring tables. So a lot of people will have questions like, what does this point mean? Why do these points get associated that value? You'll be able to see everything both on the weekdays and the weekends, your Saturdays and Sundays, and why we have them broken down like that. Next, on page 458, you have what an example day is going to look like. So again, there's 4 pages here. Every day is made up with 4 pages. So you're going to see what an example morning routine what the critical tasks for the day look like, what the daily routine, what the non-negotiables, what the receipts, and then what the evening routine looks like, and then how they score out at the end of the day, as well as just some example brain dump, right? Maybe give you some ideas of what you can be documenting in here, but make this your own. This is a tool. This is a guideline. All we want you to do out of this is succeed. So however you need to manipulate this document to win is what we want. All we want is for you to win. And then lastly, there is a legal disclaimer. Again, this thing is so badass. We had to have a legal disclaimer. And then, of course, you get to the very end of it. If you haven't joined Uncaged by this point, I would be highly surprised. But, of course, there's one last call to action for those who maybe have not yet. But that's it. There is very quick tutorial information in the very beginning to get you at least started. As you get started, those gears will start spinning. Why does this rule matter? What if am I following the rule correctly? Go to the table of comments. Table of look, I am so brain farted. I can't even think. Table of contents on page 1. That will answer everything you need. It will point you in the right direction. The concept here was to make this so stupid that anyone could succeed at it. So no offense to you if you get stumbled. I know it's a lot of content. I know it's a lot of information. But this thing is 465 pages big. It's 465 pages important for a reason, and we treated it like that. So we wanted to make sure that without having to answer a bunch of questions, that it was very well laid out, that you had examples, that you had all the questions answered before you could even think of them. But again, if you are having issues with this, if you are having questions, please ask in the group, and that will do one of two things. Another member will have the opportunity to answer that question for you probably quicker than anything, as well as you would get to see their perspective on how they use it, and it could be completely different than the ideas that we had when we originally created this journal. But that's the power of this. This is a tool for you to use to the best of your abilities to win, and we don't care how you do it. Next, if you're thinking it, or if you're saying it, someone else is probably thinking it. So asking it in the group gives a lot of people the opportunity to see the answers as well. Maybe they haven't had the chance to ask it yet, but this could help them along their way of the journey of utilizing the Uncaged 90-Day Journal. If you have any questions, concerns, thoughts, please reach out to myself, reach out to any of the current Uncaged members. We are here to help you. We want to see you win. We want to see you succeed. And that is the entire reason we built this. So I'm excited. I can't wait to go through this with the rest of the guys. I can't wait to see everyone posting about all the success they're having, updating everyone on their daily scores, their weekly scores, their monthly scores. But more importantly, I can't wait to see the 30, 60-day, and 90-day check-ins where you're able to compare where you currently are over your baseline and see how everyone changes the trajectory of their life over the next 90 days. So thank you so much for buying this. Thank you so much for making a commitment not only to myself, but yourself. This is a moment for you to take the next 90 days seriously. This is a moment for you to prove to yourself and everyone in your life that you are a man that does what they say they're going to do when they say they're going to do it. So thank you so much, and we'll see you on the inside. Peace.